And all I can do right now is I just smell roast beef cooking. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. Hello, beautiful people. My name is Athol, and this is the Chain of Seduction. So this is going to start the series where I go through each of the 6 links of the Chain of Seduction and talk about each link in a little more depth. And today is the physical, the first link in the Chain of Seduction. And what I'm going to do now is, I know is going to be somewhat politically incorrect, and I'm going to say that paying attention to physical health and physical beauty is in fact the least superficial thing you can do when it comes to choosing someone to be with and paying attention to your relationship. And the reason to that is, at its heart of hearts, every relationship is a sexual relationship. So we're always being looked at through the matrix of, is this person a good person to be in a relationship with in terms of my body agenda? In other words, is this a good person to be in a relationship with, to make a baby with, and raise that baby to adulthood? And this makes the physical health, the physical fitness, physical beauty so incredibly important, because what we are looking at on a deep level is the genetic makeup of our partner or potential partner. Do they have good genes? Do they have a good immune system? Are they healthy? Are they going to have high quality eggs? Are they going to have high quality sperm? Are they going to be able to get pregnant? Do they have a strong libido? Are they going to be able to carry the baby to term? Is the baby going to be healthy and fit and sexy and grow to adulthood, with strength and physical fitness and good dexterity, hand-eye coordination, and all of that? The physical health, physical beauty question is incredibly important. And this is true not just for our culture, it is true across all cultures and true across all cultures throughout history. Let me give you an example of that. The 7-to-10 ratio of waist to hip in women is something that is regarded as attractive across all cultures and all times in history. So the narrower waist and the wider hips. Now you may think, okay, that's just sort of something that's invented, that's socially constructive. And the answer is no. This is something that men look at women on just a deep encoded level. This is part of our wiring. And the reason that 7-to-10 waist to hip ratio is important, it means she's going to be easily going to get pregnant compared to somebody else, and she's going to have a much better time at carrying the baby to term, and the baby is far more likely to survive. So physical health, fitness, beauty is incredibly important. Even things like the quality of someone's hair is important. He says, being bald. If you look at someone that has long, healthy, luxurious, shiny hair, that means that they've had really good nutrition for about the last 3 to 4 years of their life. It means they have good genetics. It means they're healthy. It means everything has gone well for them. It means that they're sexy. This is someone who could potentially happily have a baby, and it's going to be a healthy baby, and they're going to be able to carry it to term and raise it to adulthood. Both men and women are incredibly astute assessors of the genetic worth of members of the opposite sex. We just know this stuff. We don't need to read a bunch of studies. We just look at someone, and if they are healthy and beautiful, we are attracted to them. And again, the slightly politically incorrect news is that this is far more of a factor for women than it is for men. Absolutely, men that are physically attractive, physically beautiful are sexy because they're displaying good genes. But again, you have to remember that men are valued for their survival skills. If you go back to the time before writing and body agenda and why we split into two sexes, men specialize in the survival skills. So someone who is slightly less physically attractive but has a lot of wealth is obviously physically strong, has a lot of power, for a man, that is going to also credit to him a sense of attractiveness. Women are going to find it attractive. Where for women who are specializing in the replication skill set, their genetic worth, their physical appearance, their physical beauty is absolutely paramount. Men value beautiful women over unattractive women. And we all know this. I know it sounds politically incorrect, but we all know this is true. And this even comes back and circles around to things like why women won't be as attracted or necessarily date short men, because they are looking at men like this is the guy that's going to provide them with survival skills. And if someone is physically short and small, they are weak, they're not that warrior thug that women are attracted to, from all that time before writing wiring. And it means the children the woman bears to the short guy is not necessarily going to be as strong or tall or attractive as the children she might have the big, tall, powerful warrior type guy. And because we know all this, and because it's also part of our culture, this is why we have the huge multi-billion-dollar beauty industry. This is why women feel naked and afraid to go out in public without wearing makeup or the best clothes or the best shoes. This is all about manufacturing their appearance to be as beautiful as possible. And often there's the sense that men have that women are trying to fool them and deceive them into thinking that they are more attractive than they really are. And there's an element of truth to that, but there's also the sense that all women are in this beauty arms race with all other women all the time. You know, if you're a 5, just wearing normal clothes and no makeup, and you can get yourself to be an 8 by wearing makeup and pretty clothes and getting your hair done, and that gets you a much better man. If you're a woman, why wouldn't you do it? That is the most logical, straightforward, common sense thing to do in the world. Maximize your appearance, maximize your beauty. And we know in the modern internet age with Instagram and Photoshop that some of this beauty stuff has really just gone a little bit far off to left field, and it's become the arms race has gone to absolute extremes. There are people who look amazingly beautiful and hot on Instagram or whatever, who are absolutely not nearly as hot as that in real life. Because they're not always wearing the perfect sculptured makeup. They're not always photoshopping themselves. They're not always putting their pictures up through filters or the magical clothes. So there is some extremes to this. And on the other side, we have things like fat acceptance, where a woman who could potentially be 6s, 7s, 8s, and 9s are told that they are beautiful for being 3, 4, and 3s, 4, and 5. And that is equally wrong. So there is some middle road in all of this. And I think the takeaway is that you really just need to maximize what you've got. I don't think you should go through the extremes of body modification. If you're a woman, absolutely wear makeup. No matter which sex you are, pay attention to your dress and how you present yourself. That is just really common sense. But I just want you to take away from this the sense that attention to beauty, attention to physical appearance is not superficial. It probably is the most important, most mission critical thing that you can do in terms of finding a partner. Maximize your physical appearance, do the best you can. Don't worry about being more or less attractive than other people. Just present yourself as well as you can. And at the end of the day, that's all you can really do. So that's about it. I hope you liked the video. Please do all that good internet stuff and like, share, comment, and most importantly, please do subscribe on YouTube. It makes a huge difference to me. And I will talk to you tomorrow.